Hey guys, I'm Comire, this is Start and Select and we're... I think we'll keep this casual because we're talking Super Mario Run. So, on September 7th, global technology company and #1 first world problem maker Apple held a conference to tell everyone about the iPhone 7, Apple Watch 2 and all things Apple. So what? Who cares? Apple releases a new phone every time Simon Cowell shags a makeup artist and gets away with it. But before all that, surprisingly, Nintendo creative fellow, video game legend and Grandma's Oriental Fantasy Shigeru Miitomo shows up to announce Super Mario Run, a new mobile game coming holiday 2016 to iOS and sometime later to Android. The game features everyone's favourite overalls enthusiast, Mario, auto-running along the Mushroom Kingdom, jumping across the land with every tap of your entitled little fingers. The longer you hold, the higher he jumps as you collect coins to get to the end flag. So far, we can see 6 worlds, each one containing 3 levels and an end castle. So, on the face of it, it's a basic Mario game, complete with a little picture reminding you why you should never trust anyone you arrange to meet on Craigslist. Super Mario Run also has another mode called Toad Rally, where you'll run as far as you can in a time limit against a sticker representation of another player's run. Because you know, Mario and stickers have gone so well in the past. And while collecting coins, you'll also gather toads. According to Bill Trinan,
the toad characters appear every time you do a daring move.
Which is coincidentally whenever Mario picked up one of these purple dudes. Although the game looks like New Super Mario Bros., it's kind of feeling more like Rayman Adventures on mobile, or the Challenges mode in Rayman Legends on consoles. But with so little interaction, a pack of biscuits falling down a flight of stairs could probably make it to level 4. But Super Mario Run may end up being a discount chow garden for some because there's a mode that lets you craft your own Mushroom Kingdom using the coins and toads you've collected. Precisely what level of customization there'll be we don't yet know, but you can have free guesses where the microtransactions might show up, or you can buy more guesses through these payment options here. Now, in order to stand any chance of being successful, this game needs to appeal to a number of different people. Hardcore Mario fans, casual Mario fans, not to mention the general casual audience who have never even heard of Mario before. I know, imagine that. But there are thousands of children out there who didn't grow up with a Game Boy Advance in hand, but rather came into the world of a tablet on the other end of their umbilical cord. But that should be easier done than said, because the appeal of a Mario game is that it's difficult enough to keep you interested, but not too difficult to turn you off. And these guys have been making Mario games for years, so I'm sure they know how to find that balance. Wait, what? Okay, what the hell? Nah, look at that. Just look at this guy. This dude ain't even tapping. But yet Mario's leaping over those Goombas like it's the parkour round in the pizza eating contest. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but if Mario can't actually take damage in this game, where's the challenge gonna be? This is the 4th announced title in a 5-game partnership with Japanese mobile game provider DeNA, a company so immersed in mobile markets, their company logo is halfway to being an emoji. While they're still working on the Fire Emblem and Animal Crossing games for mobile, Super Mario Run comes after Miitomo, which released earlier this year, which I'm sure you remember from my earlier video with my co-host, #sentient Nintendo Replica. Right out the gate, Miitomo got more downloads than Janet Jackson's wardrobe malfunction. But as quickly as those millions upon millions of users came, they lost interest and got rid of it like a U2 album no one asked for. During the summer 2016, Pokemon Go came out to even greater fame, encouraging people to explore their local areas, ignore the birth of their children, and systematically break society as we know it. But somehow, even finding the occasional dead body while looking for a Psyduck wasn't enough to keep people playing. So with their last 1.5 attempts, Nintendo struggled to make an experience worth coming back to. But it's not just down to them. Miitomo was co-developed with DeNA, while Pokemon Go is pretty much entirely Niantic. Both companies so experienced in mobile, they knew Snake back when it was called the Worm game. On their own turf, Nintendo can make games you want to play over and over again. You don't need to look at Mario Kart and Smash Bros to see that. So what's going on? Well, it's not hard to guess. These are games for a casual audience, and casual audiences are just that. Casual. They drift in and out like a 1950s husband during a conversation with his wife. Not only is it almost impossible to keep their attention, it's impossible to predict what mobile games will take off the way Angry Birds, Candy Crush Saga, or Game of War did. Well, I mean, I can think of 2 reasons. You can work super hard, spend your time and money, keep on putting out content, hoping you're making something that someone out there will love, but at the end of the day, you have no actual idea if people actually enjoy watching your videos, playing your games. Just give me a minute. The late Nintendo president Satoru Iwata in an interview with Time magazine identified a core difference between mobile games and Nintendo. Quote, My understanding is that on smart devices, the main demand is for very accessible games which smart device users can easily start and easily finish. These are not necessarily the characteristics that people demand from games for dedicated video game systems. For a number of reasons, Iwata was firmly against Nintendo IPs on smart devices, repeating it almost as many times as I upload Splatoon videos. But in the years following, perhaps in the face of disappointing Wii U sales and the 3DS becoming an older console year by year, Iwata seemed to open up to the idea, but held fast that it wasn't as easy as increasing pressure from investors, critics and normal gamers implied. Given the expansion of smart devices, we are naturally studying how smart devices can be used to grow the game player business. It's not as simple as enabling Mario to move on a smartphone. Nintendo of America president and undercover luchador Reggie Fils-Aimé echoed this in another interview of Time magazine, saying, "Unfortunately, there's a simplistic mentality out there that make a Mario game for smart devices is a recipe for printing money. And it's not. It just simply is not. Mario and his ability to run and jump, to transform based on different items, that's been optimized for a play control approach that doesn't exist for smartphones." During the interview, he explains how Nintendo used the uniqueness of the hardware they develop to create unique experiences on its software, and how, similarly, any games they make for smart devices should use the things that they do best.
Stopping this precision timing. But the goal remains simple. Collect as many coins.
Yeah, looks fun. It's just, from what I can tell, a game like this goes against Nintendo's core philosophies for game design and creativity. The company that made games where you could shoot ducks with a toy gun to wielding a sword to save the world, or at the very least give your mate a water-based concussion. But they spend a few years studying the smartphone and the best they can come up with is...
But what's new this time, what's different is that you can play the game one-handed for the very first time.
I'm a little skeptical is all I'm saying. For me, this registers somewhere between when they announced Smash for 3DS and when they announced the Nintendo 2DS, you know? Like, they're gonna have to cut some stuff out to get it working, but it'll probably make some kid happy out there. So if you're thinking of downloading Super Mario Run, then let us know in the comments downstairs. What do you think? I mean, this wasn't intended to be a Mario Diss video, but like, if you want, let's throw down, because, you know, I've been Comire, this has been Start and Select, thank you, and good night. What's the main difference between a video game and a TV show? Well, I haven't yet been teabagged for watching Mad Men badly. So on September 7th, global technology company and friend of the photographer and pretentious hipster alike Apple. So on September 7th, global technology company and false bestower of social status Apple. So on September 7th, global technology company and if they love rectangles so much they should just go ahead and marry them already Apple.